The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be taken very short. And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Ready? 95, 56, 95, 56. 54. Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers. In the last 2 years in Oakland, now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with the new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Opposite.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Over. 11. 53 is the mic. Here we go. Check. 53 is the mic. Check. 53. Ready,
2nd and 5 now. Breeze. And this is complete. It's Allen. 23 yards the pickup there.
Let's go.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Ready? You ready? Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, here we go. Here we go.
Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Shotgun now for Breeze. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from Iowa, Amani Hooker. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's caught by Davis. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Trubisky with a give to Howard. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Mike 47. Hey, defense. Hey, defense, let's go. He's crashing.
Running with Howard. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood, and he'll be out right at the 35.
Keith Kirkwood started to work his way into the rotation midway through his rookie season. Undrafted out of Temple, had his first catch against the Cincinnati Bengals, and really came on in the late season. A couple of touchdowns in the regular season, and one more for good measure in the playoffs. Keith Kirkwood's future is bright.
To throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Sit up, 180. Better bring. You better bring.
Now it's Trubisky. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. That one goes for 36 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
And he'll give it here to his running back. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make him make someone miss in the open field.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Trubisky will throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Sheldon Rankins has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Now Trubisky. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
He's coming. He's over.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And Thomas has it. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Breeze now. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Jeffrey Simmons drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's Jackson to return. 12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those.
It's caught inside the 25. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Trubisky. Steps away. He's going deep for Brown. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Check three, check. Hey, easy. Check three, check three, check three. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ready. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
We got 21.
Here's Breeze. Looking right sideline. That's complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Keith Kirkwood, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch out, watch out. Check 50, check 50. Check on travel.
They go with Howard again. Howard has the first down and then some. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones.
Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Demario Davis able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now they'll run it on the toss. He finds an opening past the 40. It's a foot race. 20, 10, and into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Titans are going to retake the lead. Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead is now 10-7. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn, as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Breeze, and he fires one incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
Here we go.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Back. Check 9. Topper. Sammy.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And this may be a carbon copy, as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the rookie from Iowa, Amani Hooker. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Breeze now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's taken down inside the 30. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Let's go.
And the Saints first down.
One quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. On first down, Brees. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jarrell Casey in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
53 is the money.
To throw, it's Brees. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 33. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Brees now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
Throwing now is Brees. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On 3rd and long, it's Brees. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Thomas, the intended target. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky. Got him in. It's Brown. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's going to go for it all. And that is caught. Walker, touchdown Titans. Delaney Walker, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now it's the backup Bridgewater. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
This will be caught by Brown, and he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The end result, 21 yards. Throwing here, Trubisky. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the linebacker, Jamario Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. And it's 2nd down. Bridgewater to throw it. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The Saints on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Open man is Michael Thomas.
Let's go! Let's go!
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And again, it's Bridgewater. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Bridgewater. He's got Allen. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. To throw, Bridgewater. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. But it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the slap. Boom, boom. 53 is the mark. 53. Check 53. Okay, double up, double up, double up, double up. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Drop it.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. It's picked up by the Titans, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And to give this time to the tailback. Demario Davis there on the stop. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.